Hello everyone, today we have an interesting video. This is going to be a guide on Tashigi. Now, many of you know that Tashigi is a character I like a lot, but I never planned to make a guide like this. The main reason I'm making this guide is because around forums I've always talked about how strong she is, and I had some people that weren't quite understanding of what makes her strong. And I can understand why people would say that, because she's not strong in the sense of certain other characters where they just have a really strong moveset in general, or they have a certain move or two that really stand out. It's not so much any individual move Tashigi has that makes her really strong, but it's the way she can combine all her moves. The way her moveset flows together, and she has a lot of cancel options. So when you understand how to combine all of her moves, that's what makes her a really strong character. And I'm going to go over some of that. I'm just going to go over her moveset at the start, just discuss each of her moves, what's good about them and stuff like that, and then I'll start going into various setups and stuff. Now, another interesting thing about Tashigi is her R1 skill. Most other characters' R1 skill is just one single action and that's it, but Tashigi's actually has multiple actions depending on if you're holding a direction or not. Okay, so first let's talk about her moveset. Her square string. It's very simple, but this actually works heavily in its favor, and it also has a lot of forward momentum. If you notice the movement, that forward momentum makes her very safe. It helps her isolate enemies, and it helps maintain combos. Sometimes enemies can get knocked away. This helps follow up. It's one of the better square strings, and the fact that it stays simple is another really strong point to it. A lot of characters' square strings, they start to get a little wacky as you get further into them, which doesn't always help depending on the situation, but the simplicity of her square string, it really helps her a lot. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the square triangle combo. It's pretty standard, a standard launcher. The nice thing about it is that you're very safe during it, and Tashigi has a lot of follow-ups after it. A lot of characters, their launch combo the full thing can kind of end the combo, but she can chase and follow up pretty easily. It usually causes wall stick because of how far it launches, so you always have a lot of options to follow up after it. Now the square triangle string. This is one of her stronger ones. This is the one you're going to use for dealing damage. It's by far her strongest string, and it has some area effects as well, as you can see here. So that move is it's very flexible in combos, and it's very high damaging. It's one of her better moves. Now square triangle. This move right here is it's one of her weaker options, and it's not as easy to follow up, but it's one of her best ways to quickly clear area. You know, it's just a very fast area attack. It's probably one you're going to use less than her other ones, but it still has utility. And then square triangle. This is one of my favorite moves for her. It's good for a lot of setups, and it has some area effect as well. It stays on screen for a while, as you can see. That stays on the screen, so it's amazing for starting combos. Whenever you start a combo with that, it lets you kind of follow up while the enemy's stuck in it. You can follow up in a variety of ways, and it's also good for just keeping something on the field. It kind of keeps you safe. You can stand in it a little bit and do whatever you want, and you're pretty safe during that. Okay, now let's go to the triangle attacks. We have triangle. It's very basic, straightforward. I use this attack primarily to get my assist out fast. It's one of her fastest ways to just get an assist out. When you're trying to get assist kills and you don't want to deal too much damage to the enemies around you, it's one of the easier ways to get the assist out. Next we have triangle square. This attack is, you can charge it. If you just do triangle square, she does that. It comes out fast, but it doesn't have much range and she falls afterwards. Or you can do triangle square square and she goes further. Personally, I just like the triangle square. You can use it in combos, and whoops, I failed the mission. Alright, I'm gonna have to start a new mission. But the triangle square, I like the weaker version, even though it has less range, just because it comes out faster. It has a lot more combo utility. And the triangle square square version, the charge up it's very unsafe. So you have to use it from a distance, which means it kind of defeats the purpose of its range, since you have to kind of start it at a further distance if you want to stay safe. Alright, let's get back in the mission so I can finish the rest of our move overview. Okay. Alright, next we have triangle triangle square square. Now this one is a really good combo move, really cool too. Triangle triangle square square square. That's the full version because I have her level broken, but normally you will have that and up to level 50. And then when she level breaks, she gets that last diving hit. Her other level break moves, square, triangle, triangle, triangle. This just lifts her higher in the air. Normally she won't go as high in the air when you're only level 50 or less. And then her square, square, this move lasts longer. So for the most part, it just makes her moves last longer. It doesn't add any animations except for this one, the dive at the end. Okay, now I'm going to talk about her R1. Her R1 is very interesting, and it's important to understand the different moves that you can do with it. First, you just have her standard R1. This is like a draw attack, but it's really slow. The only way to land this practically is if you stun the enemy first. It's not really worth using outside of that as a combo starter once you dizzy an enemy. While attacking, if you press R1, you get this. This is good for resetting the combo. It lets you can automatically cancel out of it into more attacks, so it kind of just lets you reset the combo situation. Like you can do like this, and then you can go back down to the ground to continue the juggle. It's pretty straightforward. It's good as a combo extending tool, and it does have some area hitting effects, but you're gonna mostly use it as a combo extending tool. Now, her other R1 is forward while attacking, forward in R1. That's her dash slash. This is a pretty amazing move, both as a mobility tool, as a combo follow-up tool, and for breaking bosses' hyper armor. It's pretty much her best move, and it's kind of the move that it helps make her the overpowered character that she is. So you see like Doflamingo right here, I can dizzy him almost instantly with that attack. Okay, so that's it for the moveset. So now I'm gonna kinda go over certain combo situations with her. Let me find an enemy. Alright, let's just go against a regular mob right now, just to kind of show off some strings. So maybe I want to do like square, triangle, R1, square, square, into a triangle, and then you can do another R1, triangle, triangle, square string. So you see how I can keep using her R1 to continue follow-ups. And that right there, you can pretty much mix her whole moveset up that way. So that's one very fun aspect of her, is it's so easy for her to mix her whole moveset together. Let's see, like the square, 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 triangle. You can use this dash attack to follow up after that. It causes a launch effect. So you see that? I launched him with that right there. Normally you wouldn't really be able to follow up, but you can use the dash slash to follow up a juggle. So that's kind of interesting ways that you can take advantage of that attack for unique follow-ups. Same with when you're doing this, the launch effect can be followed up with the dash slash. So those kind of understanding the kind of options you have and follow-ups you have, she can follow up after every one of her attacks, which is what's really great about her. She has pretty infinite combo potential as long as you are aware of it. Let's go back to here to Doflamingo. So I'm just gonna show you, he's got his guard up right now, and I'm gonna break that really quick. And then here's a combo example. So I use this to get him trapped in there, and then I can go square, square, triangle, R1, and then I can finish him with the launch. And you know, it's pretty easy for Tashigi to juggle a boss to death. She has a lot of she has a lot of power and a lot of setups that can deal a lot of damage. Especially, like, my favorite combo is to just do this square, square, triangle, R1, square, launch. That's like bread and butter combo right there. I've been doing that since like day one of this game. I've picked up some other setups with her, but I still think that's one of her most consistent and strongest setups. And I mean, there's not much else to say beyond that. It's pretty straightforward. Like, when you learn how to play her and you learn how she can mix up her options, everything flows so well. You'll just constantly be mounting an offense and choosing your moves based on the situation. So as you can see here, I'm just using her R1 cancels and all of her moves to maintain constant pressure. I'll talk about her specials real quick. They're very straightforward. Just regular circle is a high-powered dashing attack. It has good area effect, but ideally for single targets. Her level 2 special, this is her one with a lot of range. This is her area one. It kind of sucks all the enemies in and drops them right in front of you if it doesn't kill them. So you won't really be able to follow up after it, but it kind of gives you a controlled ender, so you know where your enemy's gonna be after you finish using it. That's about it, really. Oh, her taunt, just a little Easter egg with her. Her taunt, she takes her glasses off and the screen gets a little blurry. It doesn't change anything gameplay wise, but it's a nice little touch. I'm gonna actually talk about one thing about her. If you don't finish her combos, like let's say you do square triangle, she'll fall, and then like you already saw with triangle square, she can fall. Those are the only two attacks she falls during, but you can cancel out of it. It's not really a big deal. As you can see, I can instantly dash cancel or whatever out of it. It's kind of it seems like it would be there to be a balance issue, but it really isn't. It's just kind of a touch to her character more than anything. And alright, that's it. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do other characters like this, but you know, that's if you guys want to see more. I just kind of did this one because I was a little inspired to. So you guys let me know. Peace.